Welcome to Everyday Linux User. In today's video I'm going to show you how to install Mageia Linux. So we're going to use Windows and Linux to create the USB drive. So the first thing you need to do is download Mageia. To start off with, open a browser. In this case I've got Edge open, and you go to www.mageia.org, and that's spelled Mageia, and then you'll see this page here, and then you just click on this download link. And then it gives you some information for trying Mageia out, etc. But we want to click on this download it right away button. And there's 3 different installation types: classic, live media, or network. So live media lets you run it as a live image. Network installation gives you a small ISO, which you can then pick the things you want. But we're going to do the classic installation. And then you can choose between 32-bit and 64-bit. And then you choose your download method, either BitTorrent or Direct Link. I'm going to choose Direct Link. Mageia should now start downloading, as you can see up here. And the next thing we want to do is install a piece of software called Etcher. So just type etcher.io, click on Download Etcher, and then because we're using Windows in this case, you just want to click on the Windows installer, and that will download in the top right corner as well. You can now close the browser. You'll need a blank USB drive at this point. So after inserting your USB key, open up the Windows Explorer and go to your Downloads folder. Now it's worth noting you will need a blank USB drive, or a USB drive that you don't mind losing the data on, because it will be wiped. So go into Blino Etcher Setup, click I agree. Now it should start automatically, but if it doesn't, double click on the icon on the desktop. Now what you want to do is flash from file, and you're looking for your Mageia that you downloaded. So in the downloads folder, you can see I've got Mageia there, so select that. Select your target, that's your USB drive, make sure it's the USB drive that's selected, and then click the flash button. And that'll take a little while to complete, but you'll see a flash complete message when it's done. To do the same thing using Linux, you can see this is my Linux desktop. I'm going to open a browser. I'm going to go to Mageia. I'm going to click on the download icon. Download right away, classic installation, 64-bit, and then direct link, and that will download Mageia as before. And as before with Etcher, you go to etcher.io, you download Etcher, and you download the app image, so in this case this one here, and that will start downloading in the top right corner because we're using Chrome. We close that, we go to a file explorer, make sure your USB drive is installed, by the way. We go to the downloads folder, and then we find the Blino Etcher, you right click and you click on properties, and you go to the permissions tab and you allow this file to run as a program. Now it doesn't matter which distribution you're using, you're going to have to use your file explorer of your choice to do this. You can also do it from the terminal. But that's what we need to do, and then double click, and then it's the same as before. Flash from file, choose your Mageia, select target, and then click flash. This time you have to enter your password, and the flash process will start, and you can see how long it's going to take. It's a 2-stage process. It's not really going to take an hour to run. It is quite a big ISO image though, so I'd expect it to take about 15-20 minutes to do. When Mageia is finished writing to the USB drive, you'll see this flash completed message, and you can now close down your computer. Shaky cam time. When the boot screen appears, press the relevant function key to bring up the boot menu. This differs from manufacturer to manufacturer, but you'll soon get to this sort of menu, and you need to choose your USB drive. So in this case, the SanDisk Cruiser. Press return, and then you've got the install Mageia option at the top. So we click on that. When the Mageia grub screen loads, choose install Mageia. Now you can choose where you're from, so your installation language. So I'm going to choose English British. You have to accept a license agreement. Obviously you should read it first. Then you choose your keyboard. I'm choosing UK keyboard. Incidentally, if you click on more, it gives you a whole host more. And I'm going to click next. And then you choose a new drive. Now if you've got something already on the drive, it'll give you multiple options like use existing, but you want to use the entire disk. So in this case I'm going to go for use free space. And this is the media it's going to install. You can choose other ones if you want to do it over the network, but I'm going to leave that at none. Click next, and I'm going to leave these two installed, and then you can choose whether you want Plasma, GNOME or Custom. I'm going to choose Plasma, and then it's going to start installing. Now you can set the administrator password and repeat it, and you can enter your name, and that gives you your login name. Set a password, I'm just going to click next. So you can choose the monitor type. I'm choosing the plug and play. You can choose a vendor. Let me know that when you reboot it does actually seem to pick the right monitor anyway, so I'm just choosing that option. And then you've got some system settings, so you can set your time zone. I've already got Europe and London chosen, but you can choose another one from the list. Same with country and region. You can configure that and choose a different country and region. You can change bootloader, you can configure user management, and it's got 27 activated services, and this will give you a list of services that you can enable. Personally, I recommend doing that beyond the install stage, not here. And you can set your keyboard, mouse, sound card, etc. And then we've got network stuff down here. So I've got Ethernet. If I wanted, I could do Wi-Fi. Now, when I was doing this on actual hardware, I'm doing this in a virtual machine because the installer's not got a screen capture tool. But when I did this on actual hardware, the wireless drivers weren't picked up, but after post-install they were. And then you can choose whether to activate the firewall or the security levels, etc. You can now install security updates. Now, if you haven't got an internet connection, you're going to have to click no to this. Otherwise, click yes, and it will download the updates as you go along. I'm actually going to click no because it slows down the installation. You can always update afterwards. And the installation is complete. You can reboot. And obviously you need to remove the USB drive. When you reboot, you'll get to the Mageia boot menu. You click Mageia and you should be able to log in. So you enter your username, password, and then you log in. And you'll see that despite being in a virtual machine here, it's gone full screen straight away. I didn't have to do anything to get that. And that's really Mageia installed. Whether you've done it on actual hardware or virtual machine, it's the same procedure. And the setup will go through in the review that's coming next. But that's how you install Mageia. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Everyday Linux User.